When they get out, they're ready and more prepared for work. Past commander of Fargo American Legion Post and still serves on the board, he was selected by the Disabled American Veterans to receive their National Award for Outstanding Disabled Veterans Outreach Program recipient of 2015. He volunteers at the VA hospital and peers the mentor program there, meets and visits with veterans that are struggling with PTSD, and is a community activist for human rights. He also volunteered as a youth football coach for 6 years. He does all this while being a great husband and a very involved father. That's why he is my hometown hero, my husband Brad.
That's good.
And our final nominee and hero this evening, we have Mr. John Meyer, and his hometown hero is Norman Fosnes.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very pleased and proud to be able to recommend Corporal Fosnes for this award. Norman Fosnes enlisted in the Army at age 17, and he was stationed in Japan when the Korean War broke out. He was in the very first plane load of American soldiers that got to Korea when that war started. That war started on June 25th of 1950. He got there on July 2nd. By July 12th, his regiment had over 500 casualties. And I know from personal experience that he had one of the worst jobs that you can have in the Army. He was a Browning automatic rifleman in an infantry company. His unit didn't just walk from Busan to the Yalu River. They fought their way up there. And in November of that year, they were only 12 miles from the Yalu River when the Chinese by the thousands came across the Yalu, and their commanding general said, now all we need to do is attack in another direction. In February of 1951, he was seriously wounded, and he spent quite a lot of time in the hospital. And since he's gotten out of the Army, he's been very active in many organizations, especially veterans organizations. He was the commander of the DAV. I was the adjutant when we changed the name of just plain chapter number 1, his motion. Francis J. Beaton, chapter number 1. And when I was the adjutant, I don't remember, and I don't know what I should tell you. I don't know whether he told me to write those letters or suggested I write the letters to the national headquarters to get the name changed, and by golly, it worked. We're now Francis J. Beaton, chapter number 1. In addition to that, there's he was decorated for bravery. He was wounded. You'll notice he wears the combat infantry badge and 4 Bronze Star battle stars. He played such an important part in the liberation of the city of Osan in 1950 when the attack first came. That in 2013, just 2 years ago, Osan, Korea sent to Fargo, North Dakota, a special delegation to welcome him back to Korea as their guest. We'll pay the transportation, your lodging, and any expenses, but health reasons he couldn't go. So his daughter Lisa, who was out here somewhere, went in his place, and from everything we hear, she did a good job of representing her father. And I don't mean to be patronizing, because I know he doesn't like it, and personally I don't like to do it. But Norman I've always been proud that I could call you my friend. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I want to take a picture. I don't know what